Hello everyone, Refresh here. Today I'm going to be bringing you a battle between two Kaladesh sealed decks and the Battle the Horde challenge deck from Born of the Gods. I'm going to be starting on normal difficulty with 3 turns before the Horde starts charging in, and I'll be using the following hero cards. The Harvester, which will let you draw and discard a card each turn. The Vanquisher, which will let you start with 8 starting cards in your hand and a maximum of 8 cards. And the Explorer, which will let you play 2 lands on each turn. Let's get started. We have 8 cards for each player. The first player will have 1 Swamp, 1 Mountain, 1 Ether Hub, which I guess is not bad. A whole bunch of other spells. I guess this is worth trying. Let's give it a shot. And on this side we have a Plains, a Mountain, and an Ether Hub, and then a bunch of other cards. I think also this is worth giving a shot. Let's get started. The first turn we'll play the Swamp and the Mountain. We have no spells that we can cast, so we're going to hold steady here. On this side, we're going to play the Plains and the Mountain. We can already play an Eager Construct, so we will do so. And then we will end the turn. Ending the turn, we're going to use the Harvester to loot once. And we will draw and discard. We have a Foundry Inspector, which we like, and a Thriving Grubs, which is not bad. I'm going to get rid of Revoked Privileges on this side because it's terrible for this against this particular deck. And on this side, we're going to get rid of, I think Tidal Conclusion might be a bit too slow as well, and there's less creatures that I want to instant destroy for 5 mana, so let's get rid of the Tidal Conclusion. Alright, starting the next turn, we'll untap, we'll draw. We have an Aetherborn Marauder on this side, and a Built to Last on this side. So let's go ahead and play both the Ether Hubs. The Ether Hubs means that each player will gain 1 energy, which we can use for any color mana. On this side, since we have 3 mana, we're going to go ahead and cast the Foundry Inspector, using this for colorless mana. And there we go. Now our artifacts will cost less, so I'll be able to cast a lot more in succession. On this side, we're going to cast the Chief of the Foundry. Oh, each player may scry 1 too, so let's go ahead and scry. We're going to put the Demon of Dark Schemes at the bottom of the deck, because we kind of need mana on this side. And the Whirler Virtuoso, I think we're also going to put on the bottom because we kind of need mana on this side as well. And then we'll cast the Foundry Inspector, which makes the Eager Construct a 3/3. So we're going to send the 3/3 in on turn 2 for 3 damage. We'll get rid of a Phoberos Reaver, a Minotaur Youngling, and a Minotaur Younghorn. Not Youngling, Younghorn. Alright, then we're going to loot at the end of the turn. We've got a Die Young and a Spireside Infiltrator. Everybody's really aggressive here. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Built to Last because it's a bit of a one-shot on this side. We'll get rid of that. On this side, I guess it's better. I guess the Aetherborn Marauder is better than Whirler Maker in this case because it'll do 2 damage and gain us 2 life, which should create a buffer. So, alright, we'll do it that way. Whirler Maker down. And then we will draw. This is our last turn before the Hydra attacks, so let's hope that we get lands. We got lands! Alright, we got a Plains and a Mountain on this side. That's great. So now we can cast a bunch of things. We have the Foundry Inspector, which will let us cast both of our Weldfast monitors, so that's what we're going to do. And then on this side, we can cast the... I think we're going to cast the Glint-Sleeve Artisan to get us some more bodies on the field. So we'll cast it like this. Glint-Sleeve Artisan will bring in a Servo, which gets an additional +1/+1. I'm going to keep the Eager Construct back to block, as well as the Chief of the Foundry. So I think we're just going to go in with the Foundry Inspector for 3 damage. So this will be sort of defense team, and I guess this will be sort of offense team. So we're going to go in for 3. We got 1 Minotaur Goreseeker, 2 Descend Upon the Prey, and 3 Minotaur Goreseeker. That's the end of that. We're going to end our turn, and we're going to go to the Minotaur's very first turn, and we will get, let's see, 3, we got a Phoberos Reaver, a Minotaur Younghorn, and a Minotaur Younghorn. Each will attack. The Eager Construct will defeat the Phoberos Reaver. The Chief of the Foundry will defeat the Minotaur Younghorn. So we'll beat these 2. We'll take 2 from the Minotaur Younghorn to take us to 18. Then we'll end the Minotaur's turn, and we will loot. We're drawing a card, Wayward Giant, and Mountain. We like the Mountain, do we? Yeah, I think we do. I think it's better than the Thriving Grubs, which doesn't have much of a body, so let's go ahead and get rid of the Thriving Grubs. On this side, Young will be able to kill something as well, but probably not as good as Welding Sparks. So we'll get rid of Young. We don't need a lot of removal. Alright, now we'll go on to our turn. We'll untap all the lands. We'll draw for the turn. We have a swamp on this side, huzzah, and a plains on this side. Play the swamp, we'll play the mountain on this side, and then we're going to probably go in for some big attacks here. So, we'll go in with all three of these for 9 damage. We'll also go in with the Glint Sleeve Artisan and the Servo token on this side for a bunch of damage as well. And then we're going to cast some guys, so it's good. So we'll do 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage on this to the Horde. We have Phobos Reaver 2, and this will let us, or no, it'll let us mill 7 more. So we got 13 plus 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All those are dead. The Massacre Totem will let us mill 7 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have defeated a Plundered Statue and a refreshing Elixir, which will get us 1 more card and 10 life. So we'll go up to 28, and we'll each draw a card. We have Live Fast, and we have Glint Sleeve Artisan on this side. Let's go ahead and play the Wayward Giant on this side, so we'll have our first blocker on this team. And then on this side, we'll go ahead and play the Glint Sleeve Artisan. Keep an Impeccable Timing open. The Glint Sleeve Artisan will create another Servo. So now we have a bunch of 2/2s on this side, and then we'll pass our turn onto the Horde and see what they have going on. Untap, and then we'll play 3 cards. We have an Altar of Mogus, we have a Minotaur Younghorn, and we have a Phobos Reaver. All 3 of these will attack, and we'll go to 4 cards the next turn because of that Altar of Mogus. The Phobos Reaver will be eaten by the Wayward Giant. The Chief of the Foundry will kill a Younghorn, and the Eagle Construct will kill the other Younghorn. So all 3 of these go down, and we will loot at the end of the turn. We've got Mountain on this side and Harness Lightning on this side. At this point, I don't think we really need the last plane, so we'll go ahead and get rid of the planes. And on this side, I think we got the mana we need. We might eventually need another swamp, but a mountain is not what we're looking for, so let's get rid of the mountain. Then let's untap and see what happens. I think this is a very difficult position for the Horde to come back from. We've got Unlicensed Disintegration on this side and Inspire Side Infiltrator on this side. Let's go ahead and think about how we're going to attack. We're going to attack with all the 2/2s. So all of these are going to attack. We're going to attack with all the 3/2s, so all of these are going to attack. So that's 9 plus 8, that's 17 damage coming in, and then we'll see what happens after that. Alright, 17 damage. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Alright, that's 17. There are 2 artifacts in here. Refreshing Elixir to get us another 10 life, and Vitality Salve to return a creature from each of our graveyards to the battlefield. So we'll go ahead and go up to 38, and we'll return 1 creature from each graveyard to the battlefield. We have no creatures in this graveyard. In this graveyard, we have Thriving Grubs, which will arrive in the battlefield. We'll get 2 energy to go to 3 energy on this side. And then let's cast some spells. Fireside Infiltrator sounds good. Go ahead and bring 1 out to get even bigger on this side. On this side, I think we just cast the most expensive one, which is Aetherborn Marauder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Marauder is up. It's going to give us some massive life gain. We have a whole bunch of creatures open, and we'll pass it over to the Horde, which will cast 4 spells. We've got a Plundered Statue, a Minotaur Younghorn, a Reckless Minotaur, and a Minotaur Younghorn. Next turn, there'll be 5 spells coming, but it's not going to last that far. All 3 of these attack. The Evil Construct will eat 1 Minotaur Younghorn. The Chief of the Foundry will eat the other Minotaur Younghorn. And we're just going to let the Reckless Minotaur come in because it's going to perish at the end of its turn. So we'll take 4 and go down to 34, and we will loot at the end of the Minotaur's turn. We have a Mountain and a Bastion Mastodon. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Mountain. And on this side, I guess at this point, impeccable timing is not that impressive, so let's get rid of that too. Alright, we'll begin the turn, untapping all the things. Then we will draw. We've got a Spontaneous Artist on this side and a Mountain on this side. Let's go ahead and play the Mountain. We're probably going to attack with just about everything to finish this horde off. So let's go ahead and do that. Attack, 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 and attack. That is, we don't even need to pump this. That's 5 plus 8 is 13 plus 11 is 24. There's not 24 cards in here, so let's just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So the Kaladesh sealed deck beat the Battle the Horde challenge deck in normal difficulty with 3 turns. And we will see you for game 2. Alright, for game 2 we're going on to difficult mode, so the Battle the Horde deck will only give us 2 turns to prepare before it comes in attacking. Let's see what we got for our hands. Alright, Rakdos deck has a whole bunch of swamps. It has no mountains, but it doesn't really have a need for mountains right now, so except for Unlicensed Disintegration. So we'll just go ahead and stick with this. Hopefully we can loot into mountains. We have plains and mountains on this side, which is good enough for me. Alright, so turn 1, let's go ahead and play 2 swamps and the Doomed Operative. And then on this side we'll go ahead and play a plains and a mountain and nothing. And we'll loot at the end of the turn. To draw and discard, we got a Demon of Dark Schemes and a mountain. I think we have more mountains than we need, so let's ditch a mountain. And on this side we will ditch, let's get rid of the Unlicensed Disintegration because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to cast that. So it will go. And then we will go into our next turn. Draw a card. We have swamps and an Ether Hub. Let's go ahead and play the plains and the mountain. So now we have 4, which will let us get out a Thriving Ibex. The Horde is going to start attacking next turn, so I'm going to want to get some defense up. Thriving Ibex is a good way to do that. We have 2 energy on this side, and then on this side we'll go ahead and play both of the swamps. So now we have 4 swamps. We'll tap 3 of them, and we will play the Foundry Inspector, which turns on Doomed Operative to make it a 3/2. Let's go ahead and get in with the attacks with the Doomed Operative for 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Alright, that's it. It is now the Minotaur's first turn. They'll play 3 cards. We have a Reckless Minotaur, Intervention of Kuranos, which is pretty bad for us, and a Minotaur Younghorn. So the Intervention of Kuranos will deal 3 damage to each creature, killing both of the black creatures. It'll leave the Thriving Ibex alive, but it'll also kill both of these creatures. So all the creatures, except Thriving Ibex, are down. We're going to loot on this side. We will get an Aetherborn Marauder and a Mountain. Let's go ahead and ditch the Mountain on this side. Yeah. And on this side, it's going to be a while before I can cast that Demon of Dark Schemes. Although casting it would be really fantastic, but I think we're just going to get rid of it. And then we will go into turns. We're back to 4 swamps. We'll draw. We have a swamp and Chief of the Foundry. Let's go ahead and play the Aether Hub. And the 5th swamp. We have 5 swamps. We'll play the Aetherborn Marauder so that we can start getting some damage in. The Ibex is going to stay back on defense. We'll go ahead and play the Glint Sleeve Artisan and maybe Chief of the Foundry the following turn. So Glint Sleeve Artisan getting a servo, and then we'll leave up Impeccable Timing to maybe blow something up. Alright, Thriving Ibex is on defense. You're on defense. We're not gonna go in for any attacks this turn, which is not great, but sometimes you need to hold your tongue, I guess. And we'll pass to the Minotaurs, which will play 3 cards. So we have a Young Horn, and a Massacre Totem, which is bad for us. The 2 Young Horns will come in for the attack. One of them will get eaten by the Thriving Ibex, and we'll just leave the other one to do 2 damage to us. We're going to end the turn with another looting. We've got a swamp on this side and a Spire-sided Infiltrator on this side. I don't think we need any more swamps. And on this side, casting, I guess 2 Spire-sided Infiltrators is one too many Spire-sided Infiltrators. Alright, let's go to turns. Oh, the Ether Hub will give us another energy, I guess. We're just going to try to do max damage, I guess. I don't know how else we're going to win this. We have Harness Lightning on this side. We have Die Young on this side. So, casting the Chief of the Foundry is definitely what we want to do on this side. So that's what we're going to do. Because the Chief will power up the Servo, the Glint Sleeve Artisan, and be able to block Young Horns. On this side, I don't know, I think we're going to draw 2 cards, lose 2 life, and gain 2 energy. So let's do that. We're going to live fast. Draw 2, gain 2 life, or lose 2 life, we're going to go to 16, and gain 2 energy. We could cast Die Young as a sorcery. I don't think we want to waste it on this creature, maybe a Gore Seeker. So let's get in with the attack with the Marauder, the Artisan, the Servo, to do 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. We'll gain 2 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Refreshing Elixir will gain us 10 more life to go up to 28, which is a good thing. And then we're going to pass. Alright, let's see what we got here. We'll have 4 cards we cast. We have Phoberos Reaver, another Young Horn, another Young Horn, and another Phoberos Reaver. So we have 3 Young Horns and 2 Phoberos Reavers coming in on the attack. The Chief of the Foundry will kill a Young Horn, the Ibex will kill a Young Horn, and we will take 6 damage to go to 22. 2 Young Horns down, and then we'll loot at the end of the turn. We've got an Eager Construct on this side and Furious Reprisal on this side. Kind of like Furious Reprisal. Prakata Club Security is good. Foundry Screecher, I think the attack is not as important right now, so let's get rid of the Foundry Screecher on this side. And on this side, I think we're going to get rid of the... I guess we'll cast the Impeccable Timing to have killed one of these Phoberos Reavers. So we're actually going to be up to 24. And then we'll get rid of maybe the Harness Lightning. We'll get rid of the Harness Lightning. Going into turns, untap all the things, draw the card. We have Master Trinketeer on this side, which is great. Mountain on this side, which is great. We'll go ahead and cast the Mountain. And we will cast some spells. Actually, the Master Trinketeer is even better. Okay. So we'll cast the Master Trinketeer and the Eager Construct. This will make this a 3/3. The Eagle Construct will come down as a 3/3, and we will also scry 1 each. We've got a Mountain on this side, which we don't need, and a Welding Sparks, which I guess we can keep to blow up something big. So, we're going to go on the attack. The Glint Sleeve Artisan is going to attack, the Aetherborn Marauder is going to attack. Let's go on the attack with the Chief of the Foundry as well, I guess, and see how this goes. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll gain 2 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gaining 2 life to go to 26. And then we'll cast on this side, we'll cast the Prakata Club Security, I guess, which will do a good job of blocking. We have sorceries and Exes. I guess we could kill another creature. We could kill the Phoberos Reaver, but I think we have so much life it's not necessary. So let's go ahead and pass on to the Minotaur's turn. The Minotaur will untap and cast 4. So we have an Altar of Mogus, so it'll now be playing 2 a turn. 2, the Gore Seeker. 3, a plundered statue, so it'll be casting even more. And 4, another Phobos Reaver. So we have a Gore Seeker, 2 Phobos Reavers, and a Young Horn on the attack. The Phobos Reaver will crash into the Apricot Club security and perish. One of the Phobos Reavers will die to the Eager Construct, the other one will die to the Servo, and the Minotaur Younghorn will die to the Thriving Ibex. And we have finished them off pretty fast. Alright, let's go to our turn, but let's loot first. We've got a mountain on this side, which you don't need, and a welding sparks on this side. And you know what? Let's get rid of the welding sparks. And let's get rid of the mountain. Alright, turns. Untap all the things. There are a lot of things to untap. And draw. We've got a swamp and another Spireside Infiltrator. We'll go ahead and play the swamp. Let's go on the attack with the Aetherborn Martyr, Glintsleeve Artisan, the Chief of the Foundry, the Master Trinketeer, and do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. We gain 10 life to go to 26, and then we will cast some more spells. We'll cast a Spireside Infiltrator on this side. Let's see what the Horde has for us in the next 6 cards that it'll be playing. We have a Gore Seeker, a Younghorn, a Gore Seeker, Touch of the Horn Guard, a Plundered Statue, a Vitality Salve. That's it. Touch of the Horn Guard means that all the Minotaurs have Death Touch this turn. So they're going to all come in on the attack, and I'm just going to take it because I have a lot of life. Actually, you know what? We're not going to go to 28. We're not going to take 8 damage to go to 28. What we're going to do is we're going to cast Essence Extraction to blow up one of the Minotaur Younghorn, or the Gore Seekers. So instead we're going to take 5 damage, but we're going to gain 3 life from casting Essence Extraction. So we're actually only taking 2 damage to go to 24, or 34, which is pretty good. Alright, now we will go on to our turn. We're going to loot first, see if we get anything better. Renegade Freighter on this side, and Renegade Freighter on this side. I guess the Renegade Freighter might be better than a Spireside Infiltrator, especially since I already have one. Although another Spireside Infiltrator might be better than a Renegade Freighter on this side. So let's get rid of the Renegade Freighter. This side, the sorcery size removal is probably not as good. Let's get rid of Die Young, and let's go into turns. Sorcery speed removal, I mean. Sorry. You know what I mean. Turns, draw the cards. We get Thriving Grubs and a Foundry Inspector. Let's go ahead and cast the Foundry Inspector for 3. Then we'll cast the Renegade Freighter for 2. And then we'll go in with the Aetherborn Marauder and the Glintsleeve Artisan and the Chief of the Foundry and the Master Trinketeer and the Spireside Infiltrator, which will do an additional damage. And that'll do 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. 13 damage. It's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, I should have just hit with everything for the win. Well, that's what I get for not calculating correctly. There are no artifacts in here, so they're pretty much going to cast everything that they have, and then we just have to block and survive, which I think is going to be fairly easy to do. This side will cast the other, we'll just cast both of these creatures, Spireside Infiltrator and Thriving Grubs, and then we'll hand it back off to the Horde, which will untap, and it'll cast 5 plus 3 is 8 spells, but it only has 4. One of them will be the Phobos Reaver, one of them will be a Minotaur Gore Seeker, one of them will be a Reckless Minotaur, and one of them will be another Reckless Minotaur. Okay, these are going to die at the end of the turn, so I'll just let them hit me. We have Phobos Reaver, Minotaur Younghorn, and 2 Minotaur Gore Seekers. Let's tap the Foundry Inspector to crew up the Renegade Freighter. The Kata Club Security will kill a Gore Seeker. The Thriving Ibex will kill the other Gore Seeker. The Servo will kill the Phobos Reaver. And the Freighter will kill the Minotaur Younghorn. We'll go ahead and take 8 damage just because why not? Let's let them get that much glory on us. These will perish and we will win. So the Horde has been defeated the Kaladesh sealed decks have come through for the win. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you'd like to see more such videos. This is Refresh. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.